This is not the SH Figuarts Android 17, but it is in a Class E Adventurer Android 17 from Dragon Ball Super. What's up, everyone? Thank you for joining us once again on the D-Star01 channel. I'm your host, Dexter Arafiles, and today we'll be looking at a bootleg, sort of. I mean, it is based off the SH Figuarts Android 17, but what we see here is actually kind of like a custom. They made an Android 17 with his Super outfit, which is really, really awesome, and this is from Class C Adventurer. I have never heard of this company. It's probably a Chinese company that took the SH Figuarts Android 17, made a clone, and then they made another action figure, which is somewhat of a clone. But enough of us talking. Let's open this up and let's see what's going on here. As you can see, the box is as generic as it could possibly be. No Dragon Ball anything on it whatsoever. But if yeah, see, look how generic this looks. It just looks freaking weird. We even have like other stuff here. It looks like they might be making these. Ooh, I'm actually quite excited. It looks like we're gonna get a tracksuit Android 18, maybe even a Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, Majin Vegeta. That looks awesome. And let's not forget the Dragon Ball GT Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. That's going to be so cool if they can manage to pull that off. But let's look at this. This is really what you're here for. I got this, by the way, from Jason Co. Again, he's been supplying me with these Chinese branded Dragon Ball figures like Demoniacal Fit and whatnot, as well as this set. This set's kind of pricey. He's going for about $80 to $90, kind of a lot, but you get two SH Figuarts figures. Before we go into the Super one, let's look at this one. This is more or less the clone of Android 17. And also we have a real Android 17 from SH Figuarts, as well as other figures we're going to compare it to. So as you know, we're going to go over paint and detail, articulation, and scale, and accessories. Let's zoom in here. So far, the details on this figure look really good. Is it as smooth as an SH Figuarts? No, absolutely not. As you can see here, let me take out my pick. It looks like there's some defects here in the plastic and in the paint. They did try their best to make it as close to an SH Figuarts in terms of quality and paint, but the feel of it is definitely different. If you don't care about feeling, you're just mostly in for looks, then by all means, this definitely looks like an SH Figuarts Android 17. The paint isn't as bad. It looks like they laid it on a little thick, as you can see here. If you want me to be a stickler about detail, yeah, it looks like they laid it on a little thick on the white on the shoes and on the sleeves. But that honestly is okay. I mean, it looks like Android 17. The last Android 17 clone I had was a complete mess. It felt so much like a fake. The plastic was low quality. This one, on the other hand, looks like the quality is much better and closer to that from something of SH Figuarts. So enough of me talking about that. Let's compare it with the real deal. So as you can see, this is the real deal SH Figuarts Android 17. I got this on the first day he was released. So this is the real deal as it gets. The only differences that I could truly see is that the paint is definitely different. This one has more of a matte finish on the pants. Looks like they didn't put as much matte finish on the pants, so it's definitely more shiny. As you can see right here, there's a definite difference in the finish, but the overall look is definitely there. Another thing I want to point out when it comes to looking at these and comparing them is that, look at this face on the real deal. Look how the light shines on it. It has that premium feel, matte finish on there, and then this one has more of a plasticky, less of a matte finish, but it's still there, I think. But you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. If you were to give me this figure, which would be the Class C Adventurer, and say, hey, this is the real deal, I probably would not notice the difference. I mean, I notice a little bit. Oh, and I'm like, the paint seems a little bit thick on the white, but it honestly looks and feels like an SH Figuarts. Now that I'm holding these two, here, let's do a quick swap, okay? Well, okay, maybe not. Maybe let's do it like this. Let me take out the plastic on this one. So I switched them up, and here they are. Can you tell the difference? Which one's the real one? Which one is the fake one? Let me know down in the comments down below. I know which one it is, just because there's a little detail. So put it down right now, and then I'll tell you which one. This is the fake. Yes, because I could tell due to the little bits of plastic that were left over. So yeah, like I said, a really stickler for those details. Then you will notice, but if you're just looking for an Android 17, that this one will definitely cut it for your collection. I guess we can move on to this one. So we're going to move on to the Dragon Ball Super version of Android 17. And this one just looks absolutely amazing. Wow. This looks really cool. This is him in his fighting head, or not fighting head, like really angry face right there. And this looks absolutely amazing. I love the gloves, love the MIR on the shirt. It looks like they put a lot more time and detail into this one rather than the clone when it comes to the paint. It looks like everything is much better painted well. And look here, you even got Ranger on the side because he was a ranger for that island that he was on. Let's remove this off. But there is a little bit of defect right here, but that's honestly not a big deal considering how this figure looks and feels. It feels really good. Okay, so there is a bicep swivel there. I'm trying to feel for if there's any super tightness on the joints, and yes, there is. I'm trying to mess around here, seeing if I can get them to pose really well. And it looks like the bicep swivel here is really tight. Looks like that's something that I have to fix later on. I guess that comes with the territory whenever you're dealing with something like this. That's kind of unfortunate. But like I said before, you're getting two figures, and I believe the real one is going for a lot more nowadays. Sorry, this isn't the real one. This is the real one. See, even I'm getting messed up. The real one's going for over $100. You get two figures and you pay $75 to $80. That's not bad. So let's continue on with the paint detail with the Ranger version, and this looks absolutely amazing. There's really not much to complain here. It looks like Android 17, and that's really cool. Let's see if we can swap the heads real quick. I just wanted to see how he looks like without his action face. And that's how he looks like. Ooh, looking very good, very sharp. Look at that. That's really nice. Wow, wow, wow. All right, enough of paint and detail. Let's move on to articulation and scale. All right, here we are with articulation and scale. I got my trusty ruler here, and we're going to see how tall he's standing. This one's looking about 5 1/4 inches, and let's see how the Dragon Ball Super one is, and that one also is 5 1/4 inches, so they're exactly the same height. And we got the real deal Android 17 here. As you can see, all three of them work really well together. And let's get another SH Figuarts in here. We got the brand new Super Saiyan God Goku, which you can get at my website, dstartoys.com. I have the Japanese version and the original domestic version. Yeah, so that's those three together. As you can see, they really do scale well. And just because we have Cammy from SH Figuarts, this is from Street Fighter V. And of course we have Marvel Legends Spider-Man Advanced Suit. So there you go. Let's talk about articulation. We already know how this one is. They should be exactly the same, and from what I can tell, they are exactly the same, but I'm going to tell you if there's anything different. So let's move on to the articulation of this one. And this one has an up and down at the toe. We got an up and down here at the ankle. He has a decent ankle rocker on there. Double jointed knee. We have a ball joint here at the leg, but also at thigh swivel. Got double joints here at the midsection. One here, one here. We do have somewhat of a butterfly joint. No, we don't have butterfly joints, but we do have a ball joint there at the shoulder. We do have a bicep swivel, but it doesn't work on that one, which I will have to fix. But we do have a double jointed elbow, ball and peg here at the wrist, and 2 at the neck, looking to be well above 20 points of articulation. So if you want the absolute best in terms of posing and stuff like that, this is definitely there. Just like any SH Figuarts, they pose really well and they look good while they're doing it. Alright, so let's move on to accessories. We're almost done here. We get a slew of hands, which we will show later on in the video. We do get, for some reason, I always thought that the pistol was the same. Okay, yeah, just as I thought, just like the real deal. That you can remove the handle of the pistol so you can have him hold the actual pistol. Let's see if we can figure this out real quick. Everyone please stand by. Okay, so I found an issue while I was trying to assemble the holster. Let's look real close here. Let's see if we can get this into focus. If you look right here, let's see. If you look right here, this is a weak spot. And because they're not using super high quality plastic, this will break super easy, unfortunately. Yikes. This is a negative for me, and it definitely goes in there because of the fact that they're not using high quality plastic. As soon as I pulled this off, I noticed that it was there. So that really sucks. I'm going to have to leave that out. I'm not going to have a complete 17 when it comes to the holster. So you can remove this, and you can put this. Let's see if we can just get the figure to hold the pistol. Also, wait a second. Look at this. This is something else I noticed. Is we do get an extra holster. It's almost like they knew this was going to happen. That's funny. Alright, so the last clone of Android 17 had an issue with removing hands, and I broke it, and it looks like this one is no exception. That was really tough to get out, so we're going to have to get this one in, and then we can get the pistol in as well. Ooh, super hard plastic. And there you have it. There he is holding the pistol, and he's very angry. That's pretty cool. And of course we have a different face. This is more of a smiling face. And let's put it on this one, and then we'll put it on the super one as well. And so there goes that. And there he is. That looks pretty cool. I really like the way that looks. Okay, so let's get the super one. Juggling two figures here. We're going to do a quick face swap. This is the only extra face you get, is the somewhat smirking face. This should be as easy as removing the front hair. Okay, there it goes. Gonna have to remove this. Pretty simple. This should just fit like so. And that looks really cool. Let's look here. Oh wow. I absolutely love that face on this body. That looks really cool. Okay, last but not least, let's see what else. We looked at all the hands. Oh, by the way, this one gets the gloved hands, which is really cool. We will show all of these hands at the end of the video. And we get a belt. I think this one is for this one, I believe. Actually, I don't know why you get this belt. I honestly don't know why, because, I mean, it's not like you could replace the current belt. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I'm just going to leave that out. And you get the, oh, I know that you get this one with original as well. This one replaces it so you can have a, what do you call it? A action pose look. Let's just take this off and give it a quick look real quick. Should be fairly simple to put on. Okay, let's get this. Man, everything's so difficult to put on here. Okay, and that looks really cool for all those action poses. So let's come with a conclusion of this figure. Is this worth the 80 to 90? Maybe sometimes I've seen this on AliExpress for about 75. Is it worth it? I'd have to say yes. You get two figures of a discontinued figure from SH Figuarts. I don't know if they're going to get a reissue, and this may be your only chance to get a good quality Android 17 in the scale of SH Figuarts, as I'm trying to get this one to stand. As well as, you get the added bonus of having a Dragon Ball Super Android 17, and that looks really cool. I really love this figure. I can't help but love it, because it looks so good. And this is supposed to be like a custom in a sense, and I just can't help but love it. So I'd have to say yes, it's definitely worth the buy. If there's any negative I have to say, I think the major negative is that everything is really, really tough to move around. And this goes to show that there is somewhat of a lack of quality control. like the really hard joint on his bicep swivel. Getting all the accessories on this one was really difficult. I don't remember having that much trouble with a Real Deal. The hands are really tough to get out. I'm going to see if it's going to be tough here. Yeah, see, this is really, really tough to pull out. And if you look at the real one, look how easy this is. This was super easy. Didn't require that much force. This one is really, really hard to pull out, and I'm honestly afraid that I'm going to break it. So it looks like I might have, in order to change the hands, I'd have to take out a cup of hot water so I can heat it up so the plastic will get soft. I think that's my major issue with this. Besides that, it looks absolutely fantastic. I love this set, especially when he stands with Goku. That looks really cool. And yeah, I'd have to say, it's worth it. You can go get this set from AliExpress, or you can go to Jason Co. on Jason KO at Facebook, and he has a Baby Groot avatar. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Hey you! Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Where? Right here. Not there, right here. You. And thanks for watching. So, rate, comment, and subscribe. Right here, right there, right here. Yeah.